Hey everyone, it's Peek. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video on the channel here. If you guys are loving the Unite content, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Love to have you here in the community. Today, you guys, we are playing Machamp, Machamp. And honestly, I was quite impressed with this Pokemon. Right off the bat, you'll see that we did have a DC. Our Froakie's AFK is going to be gone for about the first minute here, but not a problem. I'm going to be laning with my friend here actually, and you'll see right off the bat that actually with like melee characters, super interesting thing is that if you line up the two A-Palms at the start of the lane, you can actually hit both of them with melee auto attacks depending on the character, obviously. That includes Greninja's melee auto attacks as well. It's just like a really handy little tech you can do to clear your A-Palms faster and get to your lane faster, because then you can kind of, you know, hide in the bush on the enemy side and just get in a better position. So like the faster you're getting all the way down your lane, I mean, you want to be, you know, just walking basically in a straight line as much as you can, like as soon as you can. Machamp, as you'll see there, like super good for securing like little minion camps, especially with this early ability. I mean, you'll see I died there at the start and actually gonna die here again, just because we got kind of overwhelmed here, and you know, being a Pokemon down, the Froakie is just now kind of coming bot lane for some reason. But not a problem. You will see, you will eventually see the power of Machamp after I think a number of deaths here in the first little bit. So, you know, not like my best game. I think this was the second ever game I've actually played on Machamp, and it was the first in the Japanese Unite test. I played him like once in the Canadian test back in March, but not a lot of experience on this character. However, I do think with the changes with the Japanese network test, that Machamp is actually like a very good character. It didn't used to be, like back in the Canadian beta, but now I really feel that it has some really good strengths. The number one strength being its skill 2, and you'll see that you do get a little unstoppable symbol above my nameplate whenever I'm using it, like I am here. You can see this just means that I can't be CC'd, meaning I can't be crowd controlled, or I guess in Pokemon Unite they call them hindrances. You cannot be slowed, cannot be stunned, cannot be knocked up. You're just immune to all sort of like crowd control abilities that would, you know, do those sort of things to your character. So and that ability is kind of upgraded once you get level 7, depending on, of course, the ability you take. But I actually highly recommend that you're always taking that ability as Machamp, because I think it is honestly incredibly useful tool for just a game that's full of you saw classic Nintendo Switch Pro controller moment there. Just it's so useful for a game that's full of CC like this one. Just the fact that you can be immune for quite a long time. You'll see once we get level 7, I'll start being able to use Submission. And the other skill I'm just going here is Cross Chop. It increases your critical hit rate for the skill, and I think it's just better because it's a dash versus close combat is like similar to Lucario's, where you're stuck in place and you just a bunch of punches, and it's actually some super good damage. But you know, just I think the utility of like having an extra dash from a champ who's already a super mobile champion just lets you lean more into that strength of his, and it's just you know, it's a lot more powerful than I think the close combat, and a lot more just helpful in most situations. So, I mean, that would be my recommended build for Machamp. I wouldn't go the other two skills, honestly. But, you know, you guys are free to try it out. So we have just gotten level 7 here. And again, we're not doing too hot, unfortunately. We're kind of losing control of the map all over the place. So the main issue with Machamp, and you'll see this with a lot of the like trio evolution characters like Greninja, who needs level 7 to really come online, is you don't evolve to Machamp until level 9. So that really is annoying, honestly. And it does set you back. You really don't come online until level 9, because it seems like you hit a lot harder and you're just doing a lot more damage at level 9 once you're Machamp, and you know, that makes sense. In the context of Pokemon universe, in the context of the game. But that's something you want to be aware of, and that's why I would probably go Machamp in the jungle. The only reason I went lane here is because, you know, we were a person down in at the beginning of the game, the Froakie was AFK, so you know we kind of had to adjust in order to make this work. So I did go lane, which was you know, it was interesting. Like the Snorlax Machamp combo is actually, like, in my opinion, not super bad. Like we were really close quite a few times. We just got outnumbered. And you know, if you guys have seen my other videos, like the huge key to winning a game of Pokemon Unite is just that rotation, being in the right place at the right time, like making sure you're outnumbering your opponent. Like that's gonna be what wins games in this game. It's not, you know, mechanics are important, but like that knowledge, that map awareness is going to be the thing that wins games at high levels when everyone is playing similarly mechanically well, you know. So just something to be aware of. I would go jungle for Machamp if I had the chance, because the thing is, you'll see I'm using Submission now that we've unlocked that skill. You know, I unlocked it a couple levels ago at level 7. But you'll see that as I activate it here, I'm unstoppable. That little arm icon above Machamp's plate is meaning that you're unstoppable for that amount of time. And you'll see it's quite a long time. And you'll move faster. It's just like, it's such a good engage and escape mechanic. You'll see me use it later in this game as an escape, especially near the end of the game. It's really cool, like how I get out of extremely sticky situations. But I do want to point out now that here's kind of where I'm going to come online. You'll see, like, with extra movement speed, I'm able to dodge those 2 skill shots. And even though I completely whiffed my Unite move, Gengar did still take some damage because he was stealth. So it looked like I whiffed it, but I actually kind of hit him, which was super nice for me. They are scoring, like, quite a few points at the bottom, but thankfully it's not 2 minutes yet. So, like, right now, since I'm using the stacking items, I'm really just, like, I want to be strong at endgame. I want to get those extra, like, mini goals here. So that's why I went back and scored, like, the 13 points. And you'll see why I actually end up leaving my teammate to die here. Now, you see 3 people are chasing me, right? But I'm unstoppable. Gengar should have slowed me. Wigglytuff should have put me to sleep. Like, all these things that could have happened to me if I was literally any other Pokemon except Machamp. But because I was Machamp, I was literally just able to use my skill 2 and get right out of there, which super nice. Like, to be able to run away for free from 3 enemies, I mean, that's kind of huge, you guys. It's kind of huge. So you'll see that, like, my damage is, like, pretty much there now. I mean, obviously Wigglytuff's kind of annoying, but again, like, look, I just barely get out because it's a lot of movement speed you're actually getting, like, way more than Greninja's Water Shuriken. Like, this is a lot of movement speed you're getting. This really allows you to, like I said, engage or disengage. Like, as a jungler, you can just bolt into a lane from the bush, and they won't be able to get out in time. Similarly, you know, if you're in these terrible situations like I was, like, see, the Pikachu should have stunned me with Volt Tackle there, but because I was unstoppable, I got out away. I was able to come back in here, do some damage, get my Unite move off, and actually, due to the Unite move shield, kind of like stay alive. And you know, I didn't actually really help that much in this team fight. It was really the Pikachu that carried, and the Snorlax with the wall and just kind of zoning everyone out so everyone on my team could do damage. But just the fact that I was able to stay alive there and remain outnumbering the enemy team is really what allowed us to completely box them out of that Zapdos fight and take this objective. You know, the game would have been super duper close without this Zapdos, and we probably actually would have lost. I mean, if they would have gotten Zapdos, we definitely would have lost. But, you know, we managed to come in here, and like I said, just so easy to escape as Machamp. Like, look at this. And, you know, the smart move here is to back. Like, there's 1 minute left still. They can obviously wipe my team, which I see the health bars, and that's why I back immediately. I'm like, I know we're low. I know that, you know, we will probably end up overstaying a little because we had already lost the Absol. So I wanted to get back here to the jump pad as soon as possible. And you'll see, like, you know, Resident Sleeper gameplay, like I'm just sitting on the jump pad. However, like, you know, the patience pays off. There's still 30 seconds here. We're still waiting. And Machamp is super good at holding points too, because, like, as you'll see here, I'm gonna be able to pop my submission, kind of throw the Snorlax back. Submission does, submission does like throw the enemy behind you, so it gets them like out of the way. You'll see the Snorlax was not able to provide any utility to its team during that whole fight, and my the rest of my team just shredded that whole like 3 or 4 man squad to pieces. Like it was pretty nice that I was able to just like literally pick him up and remove him out of that fight. So, you know, 726 to 383, pretty good match. It was a rough start, as you guys saw, but, you know, we pulled it out at the end, and just a super fun game. Like, I really like Machamp. I do think he's pretty viable. I just would rather run him in the jungle where I'm able to get, you know, more XP a lot faster and get to that level 9 point where I have my Unite move. I'm Machamp. You know, you have like that huge power spike at level 9 for Machamp. I think it becomes really apparent once you hit level 9. So that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you here in our Pokemon Unite competitive community. We're, you know, just gearing up for launch here. I do have, you know, a number of videos and footage still left over from the Japanese stress test, and I will keep making a daily video for you guys until the game launches and thereafter as well. But I'm really excited for the game to launch so I can kind of bring you like more in-game commentaries and not have to like commentate after the fact. But hopefully you guys are still enjoying these. Let me know if you are. And like I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.